hoping for a seal to come up in these waters close to shore. The tide is just going out. And up above there somewhere, yeah, there's the moon. Oh, it's a little fuzzy. I'd have to do a whole new video to get that focused in. Well, the moon always reminds me of the early people that were here. 13,000 years ago, 12,000, 10,000. There was no water right there. It was just a dry valley spotted with lakes. It was there was just ice age animals roaming the plain, and they were followed and hunted by the Debert Folsom people and the Plano people. Then the Maritime Archaic. And the Maritime Archaic came about because they lived at the edge of the waters as the Bay of Fundy here filled up. And it took thousands of years to fill up. The Maritime Archaic, for example, they hunted the swordfish, and they fished other types of fish as well, but they also inland, close to shore inland, they hunted the caribou. The landscape for the Maritime Archaic was tundra-like. There was none of these birches and oaks and maples and chestnuts. None of those trees existed. At the time of the Maritime Archaic, there was just stunted coniferous trees and shrubbery and swamp, or muskeg. And it was rich with game, from migratory birds to the caribou. There was the sea mammals. They hunted those, I assume. The walrus, the seal, the porpoise. And then there was the Paleo-Eskimo. That was they were a seafaring people, only here a short time. But they were pushed out too. There were peoples moving eastward from the west. And they made up the Susquehanna people, I believe. I believe they made up the Susquehanna people. So some people might know them by the term red paint people. And then there was the ceramic period people that replaced the Susquehanna period. Technically, I think they were all the same people. They transitioned into the uses of different tools. And they transitioned into more tightly knit communities, family bonds. Their religion, their deities, basically changed, and we have the modern Aboriginal. From the time the great navigator, I won't mention him by name because it's bad luck, discovered the New World in 1492. It was a bad stroke of luck for the Aboriginal people in North America and the Caribbean. The rush to discover the New World by European nations, Portugal, Spain, France, England, brought horrific changes. No seal activity. I know there's seals here. I'm just waiting for one to pop up and swim on the surface to get a breath of air. Well, there's a lot of sun. The sun's shining on the boats. And so it won't do me much good to try to focus in close right now. I'd have to do a whole new video. Yeah, the shocking theory that from 1492 until the middle of the 15th century or 16th century, about 3 million Aboriginal people in North America perished from disease. Diseases that could only have been found in Europe. Smallpox, measles, mumps. Yep. A lot of changes happened for the native people. I have to adjust this a little bit. Ah, 2 tugs. I still have to adjust this. Yeah, the funny thing is I can stand this tripod anywhere, but there's no perfectly level ground anywhere on this beach. I have to level out the tripod camera mount itself. Now, 2 tugs going out mean there is a boat coming in or going out. A tanker, I mean. And I don't see any tanker on the horizon that's coming in. I believe these boats are going to escort a tanker out from the Courtney Bay. I switched up my walking sticks. Carry my EDC kit on the walking stick instead of in my pocket now. Makes the coat less heavy. That's better. Soon enough I will see what boat is coming out of Courtney Bay. Something's going on here. Those are seagulls. That's a big flock. There's about 300. Oh my God, the sun is so bright. Something made them all lift off, I don't know what. I have no idea why they do that. Well, the tide is starting to go out, so maybe they're anxious to greet the incoming low tide. Yeah, from the looks of it, you'd think I was standing in the country. All the forested hills around here. In a sense, I am standing in the middle of country. The country is kind of spread out around here. You can find deer and fox and other animals wandering into the suburbs. That boat should be out soon enough. Well, there should be a boat coming out sometime. The two tugs went in to escort one out. It should be soon. got about 1 minute left of filming time, so I'll have to do a new video.